What up, y'all? This Shannon Carter, and this Carter 94 feet. Man, I'm about to be talking about my Indiana Pacers today. Man, they made some trades, not that crazy, but like they made a move to go get Doug McDermott after sending off Buddy Hield to the Philadelphia 76ers. And man, I'm gonna tell you like this: it's gonna be interesting to see how that come together. But I do feel like getting Buddy Hield out may help defensively, but it's still work to do. It's still work to do. Everybody else got to be held accountable, putting in work on defense because he's not the only one. But it's mainly just the fact of him getting moved is more so looking at the opportunity for other players like Benedict Mathurin and Andrew Nembhard and also Ben Shepherd. But going forward, though, Doug McDermott does help maybe with the wing area because he's a bigger player who can shoot instead of a shooting guard type player who's 6'4". Instead, you have someone like Doug McDermott who's like 6'7", weighing about 220. So he helps with the size. Now, defensively, that's another story. He still may be a liability, but maybe not as much as Buddy Hield. He may play better team defense. So we'll see, though. We'll see. And also, you got to consider, I do feel like shot IQ is another key part. But yeah, I think it's just going to be much more flexible when you have somebody like Doug McDermott in the mix instead of Buddy Hield when you're considering the contract difference and the importance of having to play him compared to Buddy Hield. You felt like you were forced to play someone like Buddy Hield with the contract that he had. But now we have someone like Doug McDermott with less of a contract and just older, and I don't know, it's just a different vibe with him. They just feel like you don't have to really be forced to play him in rotation or start. I mean, he's one of those guys that's pretty much been fluid in rotation over his career. He's been pretty much just a good role player who knows his role and just plays great in it as a sharpshooter. That's the one thing about Doug McDermott, man. He get the buckets. So, yeah, man, I think we just get more length when we talk about getting Doug McDermott. But we did get Korkmaz from the Philadelphia 76ers and Marcus Morris, but they got moved out. Well, Korkmaz got waived and Marcus Morris got sent to San Antonio. So, yeah, none of them even touched the floor for us. So, yeah, that's off the books. So, yeah, it's gonna be really important going forward that Andrew Nembhard and Benedict Mathurin, all the young guys, Ben Shepherd, step up, man, because now the time is now to take advantage of your opportunity, earn your spot. Most certainly, someone like Benedict Mathurin, who's been talked about since he's been drafted, having great impressions on his potential. He has to step up and start taking what's his if he want it. He gotta step up, man, and take what's his. Because right now in Nembhard, he's starting. Now I don't know how great Benedict Mathurin want to be, but I would assume he want to be an all-star and all that type of stuff. That's from what I heard in interviews, and it's gonna be important he steps up and try to take that spot in the starting lineup by being consistent on both ends. So we're gonna have to see will he be able to get that, because right now Nembhard's starting, and I have to be honest. Right now, while defense is cool, I feel like you need both ends. You need a two-way player next to Halliburton. Not just defense. You need to be able to get some buckets. And that showed against the Golden State Warriors with Steph Curry. He was going off. You got to get some buckets to respond. And with Halliburton having an off night, man, we needed someone like Nembhard to step up on offense in the backcourt. And he hasn't really shown the aggression to get the buckets in that game. And even in past games when he started, it's like he needs to be able to get the buckets, man, when he's starting next to Halliburton. And if he doesn't, then that may lead to like, damn, should we have to would we have to have Mathurin starting even if you think he's not ready? Would we have to force that? Because he gonna try to score. The problem is with him, he's obviously like the pass IQ and stuff like that. Shot IQ is like That's the problem. So it's like it depends. Will they be able to take that risk? But at the end of the day, Mathurin, he's a youngin. They both young, so they're not gonna be perfect. You just gotta pick your poison, man, and have them continue learning, man. But we're gonna see how this comes around, man. Ben Shepherd, like I say, he's in the mix. He's in the mix of earning spots, man. As Buddy Hield opened up that slot for opportunity, so we're gonna see. Will be nice for another slot to be opened up for opportunity, Jarris Walker. But it is what it is. Just an opportunity. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. But yeah, the Pacers, man, they got 3 games before All-Star Weekend. They got the New York Knicks today, 7:30 Eastern p.m. Also, you got the Charlotte Hornets and you got the Toronto Raptors. So it would be nice for us to win at least 2 out of the 3 before All-Star Weekend, preferably all 3, but at least 2 out of the 3. If you win less than 2 out of the 3 before All-Star Weekend, I don't know what to tell you, man. It's going to be an issue. Because we can't keep losing these games against teams under 500. While Knicks is probably top of the East with one of the elite teams, that's understandable if you lose that game. But if you were to lose the Toronto game and the Charlotte game, come on, man. That would be a big issue because we have too many of those games of losing against teams under 500. And if we lose those 2 games, I don't think we're ready for the playoffs. Quite frankly, I feel that way. Like, I don't think we're ready if we can't win those games. That's going to be my biggest deciding factor going forward because we've been losing too many games to teams under 500. And that's where you start taking a look at, like, damn, are these people really serious? Are these players serious? I mean, we're going to see, man. We're going to see in these next 3 games. But, I know one thing for sure. If you win against the Knicks, that could be a statement. So I want to see how they play today. Because after that ass whooping they took from the Golden State Warriors, Curry dropping 40, a 40 piece. Man, we're going to see, man, how they going to look, man. Because we haven't really had a great run since December. Or whenever we had that 6-game winning streak or something like that. Whenever that was our last time we had something good going, showing good signs. But since then, it's been a bit iffy. But yeah, we're gonna see though. Pacers fans, how y'all feel about these moves that they made, getting cash and waiving people? We did pick up our former Pacer Corey Joseph before they waived him, and it was a lot of waves, a lot of getting cash. Then you picked up Doug McDermott, who's here to stay. Former Pacer at that. So let me know how I feel about it. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing how this Pacers step up. These young guys step up. But there is one young guy I have my eyes on potential and whether he can take somebody's spot. And that's Jalen Smith. The problem is with him is the durability right now. Like, he's been having some injury issues. Right now, you having back spasms and stuff. Like, I don't know. But I do know performance-wise, I have to be honest. Most of the time this year, scoring is one thing, but the fundamentals is another. And I feel like Jalen Smith, fundamental-wise, has done better than Miles Turner. Getting rebounds, offensively and defensively, and just not fouling as much and holding it down in the paint against some of the best bigs, like Joel Embiid, besides the last matchup. That was probably the best Miles Turner matchup, the best Miles Turner performance. But Jalen Smith, he done had some good performances, consistently getting rebounds while being in the paint and just getting offensive rebounds, boxing out, being strong on both ends and not getting in too much foul trouble. That's the thing. While obviously Turner's been doing his thing, getting some buckets, scoring, but at the same time, you need to be fundamentally sound in what a big does, such as getting the rebounds, holding down the paint, and playing defense. It's more than just blocking the shot. It's actually sometimes contesting well without getting a foul so you can stay in the game. And that's probably the problem with a lot of shot blockers like him and Isaiah Jackson. They so block heavy. As much as you want to get a block, you can't get a block on everybody. Everybody you won't be able to get a block on. There are highly skilled players in this league that are big men like Jokic and Embiid. And even some underrated ones, or ones that don't talk much, they don't really hear about as much as Sengun and Karl-Anthony Towns and so on and so on. You won't be able to get too many fouls on those type of players. Valanciunas, you won't be able to get too many fouls on them, man. Because they gon' do their thing, and they know how to score over length, over big people, because they big. So they practice it, and they're highly skilled at it. So you won't be able to swat a shot all the time. You may have to just put your hand up and play up. Hey, man. I'm looking forward to seeing how Jalen Smith continues to grow, though, man. But obviously, durability is the biggest part for him right now. In my opinion, it's durability. But it's been times, like even in the last game against the Golden State Warriors, he was the only player, Jalen Smith, with a positive in the plus minus. Now, I don't really look too much in the plus minus, but that was one. I mean, hey, man, it's pretty glaring. Everybody was in the negative, but him. I was like, damn. And then, like I said, there's previous games, if I'm comparing Turner and Jalen Smith, where Jalen Smith just handling business in the paint, man, and it just, the team seems to flow better. But, hey, man, we're going to see, man. Because I'm not going to say that Miles Turner hasn't had great games of getting rebounds and stuff. The problem is with him is the consistency of getting those rebounds. Because I've seen time and time again, he just doesn't put enough effort in boxing out and playing strong to grab a rebound, and then there'd be too many second chance points for the opposing player, for the opposing team. Too many second chance points and putbacks. And it's like, that gets annoying. Because those 50-50 balls and those loose balls is just like, pause. Though they just end up being very crucial. Whether it's a clutch shot or just a momentum change. And it's like, consistency is important. So that's pretty much the two things I'm looking at between the two. Turner, consistency with the fundamentals of a big, staying on the floor, playing defense well, and getting rebounds on both ends. Potentially. Putbacks, second chance points. And then Jalen Smith, durability. So we'll see though how things come along this year. Yeah, the Knicks did get really better though. I'll tell you that. I mean, you talking about shaping out this East. Bojan Bogdanovic on the Knicks, Alec Burks on the Knicks. They got some nice depth, man. They got some nice depth. Now, OG Anunoby, he did have an injury issue, so we're gonna see how that comes along, man. But yeah, the Knicks, they looking good, man. Watch out for them in the East. I did say earlier in my mind, I was like, damn, if the Pacers could play somebody in the East, it could have been the Knicks. But as I'm looking at this roster now, I do not know. Because I'm trying to think about the best matchup for us to get out the first round finally since 2014. But looking at that Knicks team now, I do not know. We will have to see. But yeah, man, it's definitely gonna be a fight for seeding because the Miami Heat, they're telling us in the standings. Miami Heat, they right behind us at the 7th spot while we're 6. So, Pacers better keep it up, man, because the Heat creeping. They creeping up, and I know the Pacers don't want to be in the play-in tournament. So, they better step it up, man. They better step it up. Pacer fans, let me know how y'all feel about the outlook of this team right now. How far y'all think they can go? How you feel about some of my takes, man? And also make sure you like, comment, subscribe, man. Love to everybody. It's Carter 94 Feet. I'm Sheldon Carter, and I'll see you next time. I'm out.